Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Woodmere Estate Revival. We are down at the property. It's Saturday morning and we've got a little bit of drizzle in the air. It was raining pretty good earlier, maybe even a little freezing rain, but thankfully it's slacked off and the clouds are parting a little bit, and I think we're going to catch a break on the weather. It's still going to be pretty chilly, but at least we're not going to get soaking wet all day. So Chad, my brother's here. What's up, Chad?
Morning.
How you doing?
Good. Time to fire up an aerial lift today, huh?
Yeah, we're going to have some fun, aren't we?
Yeah.
Thanks for coming back for another round.
Yeah, do that.
Family's been the best. Everybody's been really giving of their time, and of course they're all working to earn their pool pass and perhaps some tokens for the bar once this place gets done. So what we're tackling this morning is we're getting ready to work on some trees and the gutter that's hanging off the house. We've been working on the back patio area. You can see the gate is now gone and the fence is gone. We have cut it off close to the ground and then close to the edge of the patio, so that once we get done with this project we can stick it back up here and use some wood and kind of anchor it back in place. We want to keep this secure because it's rather hazardous back here. You got a pool with no water in it and a bunch of stuff to fall in, holes and everything else. So we don't want people wandering around back here, so we'll put the gate back up once we get all this taken care of. But you can see all the trees that are hanging out over the house here. All these trees that are leaning over towards the house need to go. The ones that are down at the end there, leaning over the pool, need to go. And then this gutter, of course, is falling off the house. We're going to have to work on that. Try to get that anchored back in place to control some of the water that's just been pouring unabated off the side of the house down against the foundation. So we're going to get started here in just a minute. Our friends from Sunbelt dropped off an aerial lift yesterday. It's a 40-footer. So we should be able to reach most of the trees and everything and take them down from the top down. That way we don't damage anything when they come down, because again, they're all leaning towards the house or leaning out over the pool. So we're going to get started here in just a second, and we'll be sure to get some footage of everything as we're going throughout the day. Amber and the kids will be here in just a little while, and we'll get them in on the action as well. So let's get started. All right, so greetings from on top of the man lift. We finally got everything in position, and we got everything set up here, so we're ready to start taking some trees down. There's all sorts of little scraggly trees around, some bigger trees and vines and everything else. So we're going to get all this stuff cleared out, everything we can reach. There's a couple here that we're not going to be able to reach, and we're going to have a professional tree company come in, climb them, and take them down by rope. I think that's probably the only safe way to get them down without breaking something. So here I am on top of the world, looking down here. You can see Chad. What's up?
What's up?
So we got our JLG man lift here. Got a good view of the roof. Looks pretty good, except for that flashing around the chimney that leaks every time it rains. Good thing we're putting a new roof on it and all new flashing. So we're gonna get started here, get some of these nasty trees cut down and start working our way back across the property.
Look at Daddy getting the top out of that.
They died. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Way up there. got poked. Caught. Oh, I think his salt was caught in it. Alright, good, it came down. He's upset with himself. Down. Yay! Job is difficult because of all the vines growing in the trees. There we go. All right. Good job. He's a perfectionist. He gets mad when it doesn't go his own way. But I love him.
So we're making good progress on top of the world here. This 40-foot man lift has been great. Allows me to get up into the treetops and go ahead and cut the tops out, and then slowly drop the branches to the ground, drop the trunk to the ground. That way we don't make a huge mess. It's been a little bit unpredictable because of the vines. The vines around this place are just horrible, and they go up into on the trunk and then up into the tops of the trees, and they connect tops of the trees to other tops of the trees. So earlier I had one that I was notching and then was going to drop to the left, but there was a vine way up on the top of the tree that I couldn't see, and it pulled it back to the right. So it's kind of unpredictable. I'm trying to be really careful. I'm glad I've got fall protection on just in case, because you can see I'm way up in the air here. Last thing I want is to get off balance and fall out of this thing. It'll be the end of Woodbury State Revival. So let me show you where I'm at right now. So again, way up in the air here. Great view of the roof of the house. Down there you can see dumpster number 6. Just about full. I think we got about maybe a quarter left to go. We'll stuff some more stuff in there before sending it down to the landfill. You see my trusty Dodge pickup sitting over there. And the man lift. Trying to stay out of the power lines, obviously. They're fairly close there, so I'm being extra careful around those as well. They go up into the woods here to the transformer, so the last thing I want to do is knock one of those out or electrify my man lift. You can see a good view of the pool from way up here. And we've taken down about 6 big trees at this point. So we've gotten a lot of stuff down already. I'm working on this pine tree right here. Beautiful pine tree, but unfortunately it was leaning out over the house, and the last thing we want is for that sucker to come over in a storm or something and land on top of the roof and tear something up. So making good progress up here. Looking forward to working the next few hours here. I got a little more daylight, so I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of this knocked out. We'll have it all day tomorrow as well, so we'll be back down here knocking out some more of the rest of these trees. And at some point I want to try to get the gutter repaired, so we can get that thing functioning again. And then I've also promised the kids a ride. So at some point, got to get the boys up here one at a time so I can keep a hand on them and show them what it's like to be 40 feet up in the air on this thing. So hang out with us and let's see what else we can get done today. All right, so we got that big pine tree down. We took it down from the very top there, limb after limb. Tough part was the very, very top. I had the man lift stretched out all the way to its highest setting and still couldn't quite get up high enough to take a few more limbs out of the very top, but thankfully with a bevel cut and the weight going the right way, we're able to just drop it down right here on the patio. So now we're getting this cut up. Chad's stoking the fire. How's it going, bud?
It's a little damp.
Not burning too well. Hopefully we can get a little heat though. Kind of chilly out.
Kind of cold down here.
We've made good progress. Let's see, we've got, I don't know, at least half a dozen big trees down at this point. We're going to kind of clean up and wrap up for the evening. It's going to be dark here pretty soon. Tomorrow we'll come down and we'll finish up here. We got some skinny ones going across here that we got to get taken care of. Just all along the fence line here, there's a bunch of those little skinny trees. So we'll get all those taken care of. And maybe 1 or 2 of these pine trees up here too that are kind of leaning out over towards the house. But good progress today. Well, that about does it, folks. We've been hard at it down here for most of the afternoon. The rain finally let up and we got a lot of work done. This 40-foot man lift has been fantastic. It's got us right up into the top of the canopy there. We're lopping branches off, knocking the tops off the trees, and then taking the trunk down piece by piece. Haven't dropped anything on the house. That's been a plus, right, Jan?
That's right. Kept everything off the house, built a big fire to get rid of the last of the tops, and we've had a good afternoon.
We have. Yeah, we got the fire going. It's helping at least keep us warm a little bit. It's been pretty chilly and a little bit misty here towards the end of the afternoon. So looking forward to going home, putting our feet up. Amber and the boys went out for Mexican. They're going to bring some home, so we're going to sit down and have some chow, put our feet up, and good hot shower. I feel pretty good after this, won't you?
Oh, you know that.
Appreciate your help today, buddy.
Absolutely. Anytime.
So we got a lot accomplished, as you can see on the hillside here. A lot of trees missing. That Big Daddy was right up there, that big pine tree, and that took up a lot of space, and it had a bad lean. It was heading towards the house. Then there was another smaller pine tree over there, and it was headed for the house. Part of it was over the house. So tomorrow we're going to get all these smaller saplings here and work our way back down the fence and probably have to get behind the fence and take care of some of these trunks and stuff. I cut it down, you know, to the level of the fence. I'll have to get back there and cut down the last of the stumps, and then we'll have to get all this junk hauled out of here. So very productive day. Looking forward to get down here and fire that man lift up in the morning and get the last of this stuff knocked out. Chad, any final words?
No, I think it's been a great afternoon and a great day, so let's do it again tomorrow.
All right, sounds good. Let's go home and get some rest and get recharged for tomorrow. Take care, guys. Thanks for tuning in this evening. Be sure to hit that subscription button so you don't miss a single episode of Woodmere State Revival. And thanks for hanging out with us tonight.